Yeah, it's real out here. Listen up. Yeah, it's real out here. Listen up. Only thing they respect is violence. No silence in the streets. Cut you on the phone, ghost you quick. That's how the game repeats. Real ones move in silence. Watch your back with every step. If you don't walk like a gangster, they gon' test you. Don't forget. Yo, if you a rat to cut, you think it's cool while you live. But when a young one comes to rip your face up, that's karma, no myth. Man, life's a brutal lesson. Hear the toughest cry from mama giving you honor. But in the cell, you know you're gonna suffer. Cats doing life for something small. A little SL in the max, counting Super Bowls. Wishing for that freedom trail. Yeah. Rule number one, choose your comrades wisely, dog. Speak not with your eyes, see, keep eyes peeled in the fog. Punks trying to turn you out, sneak thieves lurking for your route. When you leave, they'll take you everything, that's what it's all about. TOs always want to test, nerds turn bullies back in high. Survival of the fittest, never trust, keep your circle tight. Man, like
yo, they only respect the violence, that's how it goes.
Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody? How we doing, man?
They only respect the violence.
Real podcast.
That's how it goes.
Been a couple of days.
Cut you on the phone, man. That's how they roll. Real ones moving silent, never let it be told. If you don't walk like a gangster, better check your stride. To test your metal quick, won't let it slide. Talking slick, better watch for the knife. Cause if you a rat, think it's cool, nah, that's not life. Young ones lurking, face got ripped up, it's karma. Toughest one you know when tears call in for mama. Heart's cold when life's given by your honor. Means your ticket's marked in the little SL, yeah. In this game, respect is violence. Watch your step on this route, cats doing life for a little SL. There's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years gold. Time is slow. Rule number one, choose your comrades, let the real one show. In this game, respect is violence. Watch your step on this route, cats doing life for a little SL. There's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years gold. Time is slow. Rule number one, choose your comrades, let the real one show. Punks wanna turn you out, sneak thieves out to learn. Watch your move close, cause they'll be quick to burn. Playing your exit smartly, take everything you got. COs wanna test your nerves, didn't let it rot. They were chumps in high school, trying to be tough now. It's survival of the fittest, you get lost in the crowd. That dude you call friend might flip like a switch. Check his file, man, before you let him in your pitch. You feel me? Got the shadows lurking at your back. Trust is a luxury in this life full of cracks. Find out now, cause later's a dangerous phase. In this concrete jungle, it's amazing array. In these games, it's fine. Watch your step on this rap. Cats doing life for a little SL, there's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years gold. Time or slow. Rule number one, choose your comrades, let the real one show. In this game, respect the violence. Watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little SL, there's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years gold. Yo, Turtle Boy, don't get scared.
This song right here, we gonna play this next song. This is the song that was written by the chat. That's right, I told the chat, put some lyrics in the comment section. It took me a day or so to get it all together, to get the beat cleared. I had trouble getting the beat cleared, but we got the beat cleared. So this next song we're going to hear is what the chat wrote this song. So shout out to the chat, man. This one is you.
Now, just drop the truth, lay it all down. Turtle boy, what's the word? Lose your job as a teacher, man, was it absurd? PDFs and papers all scattered on the floor. Heard you were a perv, coaching soccer, now you bored. Resigning the blogging, that's a laughable scene. Lana went over the evidence, truth's really clean. Cries Grove, tangled up in claims, dangling in the air. Hope you don't appeal, but the state ain't gonna care. Sure, man, little dick syndrome, causing all the fuss. We don't wanna hear you say trigger to us. Why'd you really get fired from your job? Cause you're a fraud, then now no problem. Perryman Motel, cash on demand, hourly rates available, that's the brand. Sewer Turtle and the Sewer Squad, can't we keep it real? This is your reminder, no chance to conceal. They whisper Turtle Boy, living in the lies. Heart of the city, yo, it's all in their eyes.
Turtle Boy, you claim to be something you're not. But deception's the game, man, taking shots at the plot. Caught in the web of your own fake ideals. Guess you thought your charm could seal all the deals. Turtle boy, what's your name? Trying to hide behind nostalgia, but it's all so lame. I see you living in the shadows of your past fights. This is for you, written down on sleepless nights.
Keep it real, don't act like you're the kingpin. Frauds don't last long, better off in the bin. So Turtle Boy, remember where you once were. From teaching kids to heavy blog posts, that's the blur.
So Turtle Boy, don't get scared of the truth, lay bare. Face the music, hit your knees. the tale we bring. Rhyme it all out, turtle boy, hear the truth sting. Ooh, sting, ooh, sting, ooh, sting, ooh, sting, ooh, sting, ooh, sting, ooh, sting.
Now that song right there was written by the chat, man. Shout out to the chat. We're definitely gonna have to play that again. But shout out to everybody that showed up in the chat that day, you know, and laid some lyrics down. Shout out to YBE. Yo, what was going on Twitter yesterday? What did I miss? I go in my bookmarks, and I had some bookmarks there from a creator over there on Twitter, and I couldn't find that creator. I think Ruby. Shout out to Ruby, but I don't know if they're back up now. But man, what a couple of days it's been. Shout out to everybody holding it down. You know, we're gonna get a couple more people in here, man. But this next one, listen, Turtle. This is what, if you are convicted when you walk into Shirley Max, what you got to remember, the only thing they respect over there is the violence. You got to survive the real.
Yo, they only respect the violence. That's how it goes.
They don't respect the violence over there in Shirley Max.
They only respect the violence. That's how it goes. Yeah. Cut you on the phone, man, that's how they roll. Real ones moving silent, never let it be told. If you don't walk like a gangster, better check your stride. The test your metal quick, won't let it slide. Talking slick, better watch for the knife. Cause if you a rat, think it's cool, now that's not life. Young.
What it say? You better walk like a gangster. And if you a rat, ooh.
One's lurking, face got ripped up, it's karma. Toughest one you know when tears calling for mama. Heart's cold when life's given by your honor. Means your ticket's marked in a little ass cell, yeah. In this game, respect is violence. Watch your step on this route, cats doing life for a little ass sale. There's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years go. Time or slow, rule number one, choose your comrades, let the real one show. In this game, respect is violence. Watch your step on this route, cats doing life for a little ass sale. There's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years go. Time or slow, rule number one, choose your comments, let the real one show. Punks wanna turn you out, sneak thieves out to learn. Watch your move close, cause they'll be quick to burn. Playing your exit smartly, take everything you got. CEOs wanna test your nerds, didn't let it rot. They were chumps in high school, trying to be tough now. It's survival of the fittest, you get lost in the crowd. That dude you call friend might flip like a switch. Check his file, man, before you let him in your pitch. You feel me? Got the shadows lurking at your back. Trust is a luxury in this life full of cracks. Find out now, cause later's a dangerous phase. In this concrete jungle, it's amazing array. In these games, it is fine. Watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little ass sale, there's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years go. Time or slow, rule number one, choose your comrades, let the real one show. In this game, respect the violence. Watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little ass sale, there's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years go. Time or slow, rule number one, choose your comrades, let the real one show. Survival's the name. If you don't watch your lane, the only thing they respect is the feelings of pain. So keep your circle tight and your eyes on the ground. In this life, there's no mercy when the real comes around.
Yo, yeah. Turtle boy. Oh, turtle boy, don't get scared now. You know the streets talk, let's break it down. Yeah. Turtle boy lost his job. He was a teacher, you see. But did the classroom walls hear him laugh more than he should be? He was a PDF, typed up facts. But life hit hard like a truck on tracks. Heard you was a creep, soccer coach with a scheme, kicking kids round. Man, that's a hell of a dream. Resigned to blogging, bro. That's just laughable. Line to found the papers, evidence quite untraceable. Richmond's got a chance. Hope he don't appeal. Corrupt decisions heavyweight, can't make it light as a meal. You got dirt on you, hope you ready for the heat. In the state they go to trial, feel your defeat. Short man, little dick syndrome, what's your game? Turtle boy, why you gotta bring the shame? Cause you don't wanna hear you say trigger no more. Why'd you really get fired from your job? for sure. Sure, man, little dick syndrome, what's your game? Turtle boy, why you gotta bring the shame? Cause you don't wanna hear you say trigger no more. Why'd you really get fired from your job?
Cause he's a fraud, a scrub, then in a scrub now. Got a bunch of skeletons, can't even take a bow. Turtle boy chilling in the Hairy Man Motel. Hourly rates available, fake tales to sell.
We don't want to hear you say trigger no more. Turtle boy, why'd you really get fired from the school department? I don't know. We heard some shady things going on. Yo, everybody stand up, stand united.
Yo, it's time we rise and speak the truth.
Let's go.
No more
We'll be ready
blind
to go
eye.
live right after this.
We
Let's
ain't
go.
shaming, we're claiming all the pain bottled inside.
Yeah. Are we shaming the man, not believing his cries? Telling stories so raw like darkness in disguise. Alex stands bold, he's worn the scars on his chest. But the world just keeps on spinning, forgetting the rest. Riding on fumes, the haters all caught in a lie. Silencing survivors, can't believe what you deny. Turtle boy in the shadows, poking fun at the brave. Re-traumatizing souls like they're the ones ashamed.
Melanie Little, what's it gonna be?
Bragging about your fortune made of misery. You supported Reagan Wolf in low down clothes while survivors bleed out, saying nobody knows.
Stand united, rise against this fool. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream.
Ray from Dallas, dressed like a sheep in the herd. You prayed on Alex, man, let's spread the word. Supported by the wicked, you hiding your lies, but your dirty actions, yo, we exposed to the skies. Will the glare of Uncle Debbie, you're sick in the mind. Keep spreading that hatred, but we're leaving you behind. Jessica Machado, professing her hate for those standing strong, girl, you just suffocate.
Time to dismantle the game, take back the power. These abuses won't hide in the dark hour. United we stand, and strengthen the crowd, calling out the predators, we're yelling it loud. Stand up, stand united, rise against this force. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream.
So let's gather the truth, hold tight to the flame. No more shame on survivors, we're rewriting the game. If you stand with Alex, man, let your voice rise against Turtle Boy and the lies. Let's shatter the skies. We rise up, united. We're ready to fight. Yeah, the end of the silence in the long night. Stand up, stand united, rise against this force. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream.
Hey, united, stand up for Alex and stand up for every other victim of SA assault or whatever that the victims are going to come forward. Man, what's going on, everybody, man? Shout out Peggy, was good. Shout out to everyone else that is up in here. But boy, I step away from 2 days, man, like 48 hours. And Twitter acts like I went on a spiritual retreat. The shit was going crazy. You see, the other day I had my bulletproof jacket on, man. The shit, they was busting shots everywhere. But I was only gone for 2 days, not 2 months, not 2 years, 2 days. And somehow the timeline, that shit got set on fire. You know what I mean? Rebuild the ashes and then set that fire again. I mean, Twitter's the only place, right, where you can leave for a weekend, right? And then you can come back to 5 new beefs, man. People that were friends are now enemies. People that were enemies are making new alliances and at least one grown adult threatening to drop the receipts. My goodness, man. Every time you refresh your damn feed, right? Who died? Nope, nobody. Who fought? Who lied? And why is everybody yelling in caps? Caps are for the moderators, they say. Everybody's gone. Release the chaos. People are arguing about things that weren't even happening. Subtweeting each other like they were in a Shakespeare play. And the main characters, oh, they were working overtime, right? You think Twitter was paying the benefits the way that they clock in? But I'm over here like, yo, y'all couldn't hold it together for one damn weekend? And shout out to James Jackson. Shout out to him. Go over there and be a member. But not even a long weekend, just a regular weekend, just 2 days. And I sat behind the computer, but it was just like I just couldn't get it going. So buckle up today because we're going to unpack some more of the mess, some more of the drama, the delusions, the digital dumpster fire. Welcome back, everyone, to Can We Keep It Real? And trust me, we keep it real, I think. We definitely keep it real. Over here. But today we're going to talk about Eddie O'Brien a little bit. Shout out to Eddie O'Brien. Eddie O'Brien was 15 years old when he was arrested, charged, and convicted. But 30 years later, the inconsistencies still have not gone away. The questions have not gone away. And who else has not gone away? Can anybody know who's the one person throughout these last 30 years that even before you mention his name, he's there? Is that the universe telling us that the Eddie O'Brien story is not finished? Is it telling us that the wrong man has been carrying the weight of this case for 3 freaking decades? Or maybe, just maybe, it's telling us that we have to stop accepting the official story. Third party Adi. That thing speaks. That's right. Third party Adi, man. Adi is the one person whose name will always, always come up. I mean, the one person. After 30 years of the inconsistencies, the questions are still there, and neither has Adi's name. That's right. At some point, you have to stop calling that a coincidence and start calling it what it is. Adi stops in. Adi's been to this channel. Adi don't like me for things I said on the JFK show 2 days ago. Actually, Adi was in the chat. And I busted down. And I was going to do a show after JFK that day, but JFK was on the stream for like 4 or 5 hours, man. And I worked third shift, so I just passed the hell out. I couldn't wait any longer. But I had it all set up. I just couldn't wait any longer. But it's just a reminder that something in this case was never tied down, never examined, never allowed to even breathe. But I think definitely the story isn't finished. The wrong person has been carrying the weight of this case. The wrong person, you know? You ever notice how in some cases, right, the evidence ages, right? But the excuses don't age. In the Eddie O'Brien case, we ain't dealing with a mystery. What do I always talk about? Patterns. I always say patterns. Patterns don't lie. Just like body language don't lie. We learn how to lie out our mouth. Shit, we could lie like the best of them. But our body language shows things. Just like when a boxer is watching a fighter, they watch the body language because the body language can be very, very telling. Cases come and go. Detectives retire. Witnesses pass away. Witnesses forget. But somehow Adi Ortiz's name refuses to disappear. Maybe it was never supposed to disappear. You know, when we talk about the Eddie O'Brien case, this case is so riddled with inconsistencies, it might as well be a damn crossword puzzle missing half of the clues or half the questions. Because let's be honest, if Eddie O'Brien's case was airtight, we wouldn't be talking about it 3 decades later. But here we are, 30 years later, and people are still asking the same damn question. Why does Adi Ortiz's name keep showing up? And before anyone could go get all dramatic, we ain't accuse anyone of anything. Allegedly Adi, allegedly, third party Adi. We ain't accusing anybody. Or are we? I don't think we are. But look at the inconsistencies of this. You know, if we walk through the greatest hits of this case, the inconsistencies that refuse to die. Every time someone tries to reconstruct the timeline, it just keeps bending like hot plastic. People are in places that they shouldn't be, people not in places they claim they were, and somehow Adi's name always floats through the fire. Or the fog, whatever. I mean, over the years, stories are going to shift. They are always going to shift. Memories get all foggy. Details magically appear or disappear depending on who's asking them. But one thing stays consistent, chat, and what is it? Adi, are you here yet? It's not guilt, it's not innocence, it's just Adi. And how come nobody on the other side is willing to speak up? And we're going to get to the DNA. I got a whole segment broken down about how Eddie O'Brien's attorney requested shit. They didn't request, they put a motion in, damn like begged. And the judge jumped up and said, no. Turtle Boy said he's getting a procedure, but wouldn't say what it is. Maybe a boob reduction, a fat ass bastard. He's somebody I don't like. I just don't like him. Somebody said, oh, if you're taking sides, you know, something about the whole Kate Peters shit. You know, you're taking a stand against Turtle Boy, then you're siding with the McAlberts or you're siding with Kate Peters. Get that shit out of here. I mean, I think the part that a lot of people don't like to hear, right? Names don't keep resurfacing because the universe is just bored. They resurface because it's something that was never resolved. When a case is built on shaky evidence, the truth has always the ways of leaking through the cracks. And in this case, the Eddie O'Brien case, cracks seem to spell the same as name. Maybe it is a coincidence, or maybe it's a, relevance. But could the universe be taking the mic and doing a mic drop and saying, hey, you missed something? 30 years right here, coincidence. Come on now. 30 years. The real question, though, isn't, did Adi O'Brien do anything? Why is his name never properly examined? Why did O'Reilly not give a shit? Why was it always present but never pursued? I mean, Eddie's name was in that file the entire time. But investigators treated it like it was a smudge. Like, nope, it's just a blooper in the Matrix. No, it's not. Adi Ortiz was part of the big picture. And Janice said so, but you didn't want to talk to the neighbor that talked to Janet most of that day, who said, investigate, investigate, investigate. Like, investigate it. I mean, 30 years later, this shit has not gone away. The questions have not gone away. Adi Ortiz has not gone away. Eddie O'Brien's statement remains the same. Eddie O'Brien never changed. But Adi, there was kittens. There was friggin' cat litter. There was friggin' dogs. The dog, the cat, the rat. Shit, the Adderall rat, the dog, and the cat. And then there was a litter box that Adi wanted to bring to where they were mourning and put the litter box right in the middle of everybody. So maybe we got to stop acting like maybe it's time that we re-examine this, right? Because it made sense. Not because it held up under scrutiny. It's because it makes sense. Is the Eddie O'Brien case finished? I got an email, right? And it said, 30 years later, the inconsistencies in the Eddie O'Brien case have gone nowhere. The questions haven't went anywhere. Adi Ortiz's name is still very much keep coming forward. I thank you and other creators for looking into this case. But is it a coincidence or is it a signal? This case was never tied down. It was never examined. It was never allowed to breathe in the light. And that's how O'Reilly kept telling us the story. And that's why this story isn't finished. So I got to make some sense out of that email, But there are things about buried questions that don't stay buried. They don't stay buried too long. I mean, the official story the last 30 years, like I keep saying, it's been treated like gospel. Not because it made sense. Not because it held up under scrutiny. Not because it was convenient. But O'Reilly and them, they wanted this case closed. The narrative, it was easier to sell this case. And again, there's only one name that refuses to disappear, a trail that refuses to fade, a case that refuses to shut up. So maybe, just maybe, we have to stop accepting the official story that Eddie O'Brien is guilty, like it's scripture, and start demanding the truth like it's owed. Because it is truth. To the public, to the family, to the little boy who grew into a man behind bars, and to anyone who believes justice is supposed to mean something. Run the DNA, Adi. Exactly. Or how about you go for the truth serum? Hashtag free Eddie O'Brien. Who here thinks Eddie O'Brien should not be freed and is right where he belongs? But now they have to realize what's next. What's the next part of this Eddie O'Brien case that we're going to break down? Where are the inconsistencies are? What never made sense? What did they brush aside? And some people just keep bouncing back. Free Clubber from his kidnapper. Absolutely. Free Clubber. Free Clubber, they say.
You know the story. It's heavy.
So, yeah.
When a father turns to shadows, how could you even dare? Yo, Will Henry, you a sucker. Let's break it down. Claim you a man, but where's your crown? Put your hands up, kid. You taught him how to fight, but you ain't fighting right, man. This ain't no light. You grab your son, run off like a thief in the night. Where's the love? This ain't how you raise a child, right? Kicking your son out like he's just a game piece. How you claim to be a dad, forgetting his release. Will Henry, you a sucker. Can't you see the glare? Claiming blackmail in the myth. You think no one cares? Special needs child, you're running from the truth. But every word you spit just reveals your own you. Admitting the violence, it's hard for me to trust. Fighting your kid, nah, that's just unjust. 6'2", but he's still your son at the core. Raising fists over lessons, that ain't what you're for. Talk about forgiveness, but you let ego reign. Dragging things out like a puppet on a chain. You think you're tough, man, but underneath is weak. Claiming power with fists when it should be love you seek. Allegations swirling, made public and raw. Yet you try to justify and glaze over the flaw. Just look in the mirror, see the man you become. A name in the charts, but what's under that drum? Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmail and violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth's in the lineup, is living in every line. Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmail and violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth's in the lineup, is living in every line. Look, I'm not built to watch a man tear down his own. You need to change direction before the seed you sown. A name ain't a warrior. It's the truth that empowers. So rise up, Will, and stop hiding in the towers.
Listen up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the truth we unfolding. Join the fight, bring the mic, about to set it off, night's calling. Yo,
Yo, it's Operation Absolute Resolve. This ain't just a name. Targets like Madura's palace. We ain't playing games. Cartel de Los Soleils. Moving weight like it's that throne. Funneling that white gold. Poison spreading on the phone. 200 guards posted up. Shoot to kill on sight. Panic rooms. Heavy metal. Russian missiles in the night. Motion sensor drones fly. Watching every single breath. But them night stalkers low and fast. Bringing all that stealth to death. Rolling deep. Choppers fly. See the shadows in the sky. Operation Absolute. We ain't just saying bye. Neutralize the threats. Crush the warlords in that realm. Madura fortified, but we ready at the helm. It's the Black Hawks, twin engine beast terrain following fast. Infrared cuts the darkness, suppressing heat to outlast. Chinooks bring the troops, heavy lift, armor wrap tight. Drop them in with green light, got the code ready for the fight. Wagner contractors taking dollars, thinking they supreme, but we breaking dreams. Throwing shadows on the scene, watch the palace shudder. Those four walls can't protect when the night stalkers glide. They only know respect. Operation Absolute, all part of this game. In the dark we shine bright, never falling to shame. Madura on the run, Brooklyn's where he gon' meet with the hunters in the night while they dragging on defeat. At Operation Absolute, hey, hey. At Operation Absolute, hey, hey. At Operation Absolute, Operation Absolute, all part of this game. In the dark we shine bright, never falling to shame. My dude on the run, Brooklyn's where he gon' meet with the hunters in the night while they dragging on defeat. Operation Absolute, yeah. Countdown to the chase, street by street, corner by corner, we right on this trace. Every second brings us closer, night commanders in the air. No escape from the shadows, he won't breathe without a care. So here we stand united against the lines blurred in crime. This isn't just for power, this is justice serving time. Maduro, feel the pressure, every deal leads to your fall. Operation Absolute, we answer to the call. Time's up, it's clear. We play to win or fall. Maduro's on the run, and we coming for it all. Watch the city, watch back. Brooklyn light shining bright. Operation Absolute Resolve. Reclaiming the night.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yo. We living in a storm. You feel the heat. Cease and desist, the letters drop on the concrete.
We'll be right back in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Give me
How
a
many
minute.
times they served them, count the notes again. Opponent against it high, yeah, we know the names cause they tend to pull that paper quick. It's a game they play. Palazzo, Murray, Braga, lawsuit on the way. Lawyer up cause the guilty got the shadiest moves. Hiding behind they titles while they take off they shoes.
Cease and desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we point the light. Show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight.
Yo, Billy, don't you have some makeup to put on? Head into the shower room, but where's the truth gone? Anna Maria, what a tale to throw around. Social media buzzing, watch the drama resound. Sleeping around campus, are you set to teach? What example you setting your message out of reach? Man, teachers doing wrong, they get them on replay. Billy's game is so weak, send her back to the play. Predatory instincts, what's the lesson to learn? You think the tables turn when it's your turn to burn.
Cease and desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we pouring the light. Show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight. Yo, cease and desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we point the light. Show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight.
Yo, special man with a word like restraining orders. One for his own daughter, ain't doing this supporters. Another level low, where morals just drift. Parenting's a skill, man, you missed that gift. It's a cycle of hurt, but he don't even see the damage that he does when you lack empathy.
Teachers should uplift, nurture and inspire, but we see the shadows and they rise ever higher. Look closely, don't ignore the cries of the youth. We gotta stand together, gotta fight for the truth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cease and desist, echo through the halls they roam, but the truth won't be silenced from the kids finding home. It's a call to be better, let the past fall away. Pawn again, say hi, let them know we're here to stay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Turtle boy, don't get scared now. Just drop the truth, lay it all down.
This next song right here is what you expect if you walk into a joint like a Shirley maximum security prison, Turtle. This is what it's gonna be like. Actually, I think this is the one that the chat wrote. So shout out to the chat.
Turtle boy, what's the word? Lose your job as a teacher, man, was it absurd? PDFs and papers all scattered on the floor. Heard you were a perv, coaching soccer, now you bored. Resigning the blogging, that's a laughable scene. Lana went over the evidence, truth's really clean. Cries Grove, tangled up in claims, dangling in the air. Hope he don't appeal, but the state ain't gonna care.
Short man, little dick syndrome, causing all the fuss. We don't wanna hear you say trigger to us. Why'd you really get fired from your job? Huh? Cause you're a fraud, then now no problem.
Perryman Motel, cash on demand, hourly rates available, that's the brand. Sewer Turtle and the Sewer Squad, can't we keep it real? This is your reminder, no chance to conceal. They whisper Turtle Boy, living in the lies. Heart of the city, yo, it's all in their eyes.
Turtle boy, you claim to be something you're not. But deception's the game, man, taking shots at the plot. Caught in the web of your own fake ideals. Guess you thought your charm could seal all the deals. Turtle boy, what's your name? Trying to hide behind nostalgia, but it's all so lame. I see you living in the shadows of your past fights. This is for you, written down on sleepless nights.
Keep it real, don't act like you're the kingpin. Frauds don't last long, better off in the bin. So Turtle Boy, remember where you once were. From teaching kids to heavy blog posts, that's the blur.
So Turtle boy, don't get scared of the truth, lay bare. Face the music, hit your knees, breathe in the air. This is the hip-hop nod, the tale we bring. Rhyme it all out, Turtle boy, hear the truth sting.
Turtle Boy, don't get scared now. Just drop the truth, lay it all.
They only respect the violence, that's how it goes.
Yeah. They only respect the violence. That's how it goes. Yeah. Cut you on the phone, man, that's how they roll. Real ones moving silent, never let it be told. If you don't walk like a gangster, better check your stride. The test your metal quick, won't let it slide. Talking slick, better watch for the knife. Cause if you a rap, think it's cool, nah, that's not life. Young ones lurking, face got ripped up, it's karma. Toughest one you know when tears call in for mama. Heart's cold when life's given by your honor. Means your ticket's marked in a little ass cell, yeah. In this game, respect is violence. Watch your step on this route, cats doing life for a little ass sale, there's no doubt. Super Bowl, counting in max, years gold, time or slow. Rule number one, choose your commerce, let the real one show. In this game, respected violence, watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little ass sale, there's no doubt. Super Bowl, counting in max, years gold, time or slow. Rule number one, choose your commerce, let the real one show. Punks wanna turn you out, sneak thieves out to learn. Watch your move close, cause they'll be quick to burn. Playing your exit smartly, take everything you got. CEOs wanna test your nerves, didn't let it rot. They were chumps in high school, trying to be tough now. It's survival of the fittest, you get lost in the crowd. That dude you call friend might flip like a switch. Check his file, man, before you let him in your pitch. You feel me? Got the shadows lurking at your back. Trust is a luxury in this life full of cracks. Find out now, cause later's a dangerous phase. In this concrete jungle, it's amazing array. In these games, it's fine. Watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little ass sale, there's no doubt. Super Bowl, counting in max, years gold, time or slow. Rule number one, choose your commerce, let the real one show. In this game, respect the violence, watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little ass sale, there's no doubt. Super Bowl, counting in max, years gold, time or slow. Rule number one, choose your commerce, let the real one show. Survival's the name, if you don't watch your lane. The only thing they respect is the feelings of pain. So keep your circle tight and your eyes on the ground. In this life, there's no mercy when the real comes around.
Yo, they only respect the violence, that's how it goes.
That's right. They only respect the violence, man. That's how it goes. All right, here we go. We back. What is up, everybody, man? What is up? What's happening? Where was I? Here it is. When I was going through some of the paperwork of the Eddie O'Brien case, what I did notice was, I was looking at, where is it? Get this picture down. So what we have here, this was at a pretrial hearing. Eddie's attorney filed a motion to compel the production of hair, of blood samples of Paul Dowling Sr., Paul Dowling Jr., Ryan Dowling, let's see, Carrie Ann Dowling, and Mr. Artie Ortiz. The DA at the time was already in possession of all the hair. That's bothering me. All the hair and all of the blood. Eddie's attorney wanted to compare their hair, blood, their DNA samples with hair, blood, and DNA that was found at the crime scene. I mean, this was the moment of truth, right? But it was ignored. Was it? Probably not by accident, not by confusion. Because when Eddie's attorney tried to get the hair and blood samples of several people connected to the victims, samples the district attorney already had in their possession, the Commonwealth didn't just hesitate, they slammed the damn brakes on. They objected, they yelled, they screamed, they kicked. And the judge slammed the damn door on the defense. Oh, what does Kevy Kev say? A play by design. This was a play by design, and everybody was in except for the defense. Now we're going to break it down what actually happened. So at the hearing, Eddie's lawyer filed a motion asking for something plain and simple, something that they already had. He said, give us the hair and blood samples of these people so we can compare them to the hair, blood, and DNA found at the crime scene. Was that so hard? But they couldn't have that. They didn't want that. They didn't want that at all. And the names were Paul Sr., Paul Jr., Ryan, Carrie Ann, and Artie Ortiz. Forgot that one. Sorry there. Here we go. The names were Paul Sr., Paul Jr., Ryan, Carrie Ann, and Artie Ortiz. You all caught up, Artie? Are you all caught up? Are you all caught up, Artie? Oh, just to put it out there and let people know. I can't be monetized yet through YouTube. They just don't want I got to do a couple other things. But you want to support the program, man. We got Cash App and Venmo at Can We Keep It Real? One word. I really appreciate it. So please help the platform. We are not eligible for monetization. So you can get us at Venmo or Cash App. and I really appreciate it. And that way YouTube don't get to keep 30%. You know, we will get it all. You know, but back to the DNA. One second here. I have to put this back in. You know, so the names, you know, Paul Sr., Paul Jr., everybody that was basically had access to the property, right? These were not random people. These were people whose own blood could not be excluded as possible contributors, right, to the same, to some of these samples. This means that their blood might match some of the blood found at the crime scene. So, you know, I want to think that Eddie's attorney did what any competent defense attorney might do. Let's compare these samples to the unidentified blood, right? Yeah? No. Well, the ADA response was a complete objection. No bias. No basis to it. No need. He said there ain't no reason to test anything. And you know what? Never in a million years would I think the friggin' judge agreed to it. Hold on. Give me a minute. I got to take this call. We'll be right back.
We living in a storm. You feel the heat?
What's up?
Cease and desist, the letters drop on the concrete.
No, it's okay.
How many times they served them, count the notes again. Opponent can't say hi, yeah, we know the names cause they tend to pull that paper quick. It's a game they play. Palazzo, Murray, Braga, lawsuit on the way. Lawyer up cause the guilty got the shadiest moves. Hiding behind they titles while they take off they shoes. Cease and desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we point the light. Show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight. Yo, Billy, don't you have some makeup to put on? Head into the shower room, but where's the truth gone? Anna Maria, what a tale to throw around. Social media buzzing, watch the drama resound. Sleeping around campus, are you set to teach? What example you setting your message out of reach? Man, teachers doing wrong, they get them on replay. Bailey's game is so weak, send her back to the play. Predatory instincts, what's the lesson to learn? You think the tables turn when it's your turn to burn. Cease and desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we pouring the light. Show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight. Yo, cease and desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we point the light. Show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight. Yo, special man with a word like restraining orders. One for his own daughter, ain't doing this supporters. Another level low, where morals just drift. Parenting's a skill, man, you missed that gift. It's a cycle of hurt, but he don't even see the damage that he does when you lack empathy. Teachers should uplift, nurture and inspire, but we see the shadows and they rise ever higher. Look closely, don't ignore the cries of the youth. We gotta stand together, gotta fight for the truth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cease and desist, echo through the halls they roam, but the truth won't be silenced from the kids finding home. It's a call to be better, let the past fall away. Pawn again, say hi, let them know we're here to stay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
My apologies. Little friggin' thoughts, man. Little thoughts. I'll tell you something. As a parent, as my son got older, as all my kids get older, you realize that you can't always protect your kids. You know, even though you want to, even though that, you know, they're going to make decisions that you are not going to agree with. But you can't always protect your kids, man, and it's kind of frightening, you know. But so we're gonna get back into this motion. The judge agreed. The motion was denied. No tested, no comparison, no answers. Why? Why did that happen? They already had the Darwin's here. They already had their blood. They already had Adi Ortiz's hair. They already had his blood. They had it in their possession. They had it before trial. They had it while the unidentified blood was sitting in evidence. So you would think a case, why deny all of that? And yet, Tom Riley never sent their samples to Cellmark Laboratories even for DNA comparison. Why? Tom O'Reilly already had his man. We'll read that again. The DA had the ability to test whatever any of these individuals could be linked to the blood at the crime scene. Blood that did not match Eddie. Blood that did not match Eddie. It didn't match his blood, and they still chose not to. Now forget, not that they ran out of friggin' time. Not like they lost the samples. They just chose not to. And when the judge asked, "Who is Adi Ortiz?" the ADA answered, "A brother-in-law of the victim." And guess what? Still, no testing. No testing. Eddie's attorney, of course, objected, but the judge moved on. The Commonwealth kept control of the samples. The defense never, ever got access to the samples, or they could have tested it themselves. Riley's a slick little dude here. And the jury, they never heard that there was multiple people, including the victim's own relatives, could not be excluded as contributors to the blood found at the crime scene. When does this make sense? Stop me when I'm lying. They would not test the blood, the hair of the people listed below. Never. And they had it. They just refused to. You know why Tom Riley refused to? Big shout out from the North Shore. What's going on, people? Are you all caught up? Johnny Trot wants to know. You all caught up? So the jury never got to hear any of it. I mean, it's not complicated right now. Unidentified blood at the murder scene. So the transcripts, the court said, "Thank you. That takes care of that, doesn't it, Mr. George?" Mr. George is Eddie O'Brien's attorney. He says, "What's the title of that particular motion?" "I see it, Your Honor." The court, "Do you have it?" "Motion to be furnished with copy of fingerprint examination." That takes care of that. Then the motion for the order to compel production of hair and blood samples. Eddie's attorney says, that is directed once again, Your Honor. I believe the Commonwealth objects to it, but let me see what they say. The ADA O'Reilly. Complete objection, Your Honor. There's no basis for it. Eddie's attorney says, it is on the basis of seeking. I am in the process, Your Honor, of retaining experts who will examine all the blood and fingerprint evidence taken at the scene. Can we have our own expert examine this stuff? I fail and submit to the court that on the basis of case law, and that's attached to the memorandum of the motion for evidence of the suspects, right, of the Commonwealth's knowledge of other suspects in this case, on the basis of the same case law that I have a right in defending Mr. O'Brien to examine and secure as many possible samples as I can to compare them to what was found at the scene. That's why I'm seeking these things. I need them. And the court responds, well, I am denying the motion to compel the production of hair and blood samples with regard to Paul Darwin Jr., Sr., Ryan Darwin, Kerry Ann, and who is Ortiz, a brother-in-law of the victim, Judge. And Adi Ortiz said to court, please note my objection, Your Honor. Motion for suppression of jury that would be dealt with by the trial judge. See, they didn't want to hear it. It wasn't complicated. You had unidentified blood at the murder scene. Make this make sense. Multiple people whose blood might match that had access to the scene. And one of them people in a statement from Janet's neighbor said, Janet said, investigate Adi if anything happens to me. And the samples was sitting right in the friggin' evidence locker of the Commonwealth. Why do you test them? You test them because the truth friggin' matters. You test them because we might send a 15-year-old boy. That's right. It didn't fit the political agenda. You test them because it's your job. It's your job, Riley, not to win or lose a case. Peggy who? Peggy's children have all been arrested for theft and larceny. Who's Peggy? We got the glare in the chat. Who is Peggy? Are you talking about Peggy, one of the... Peggy in the chat? I don't see where that is even relevant. And come on, Glare, like, big deal. Even if they were, shit. I've been arrested for theft and larceny. God damn. Glare, what have you been arrested for, bro? But these are questions that just won't go away when the system refuses to test this evidence that could clear a defendant or point to someone else. Is that not an oversight? Yeah, he just posted this. Must be talking about Peggy O'Keefe. Oh, we know all about Paul. Thank you. got to be talking about O'Keefe, right? I mean, I don't understand why these people, including the victim's own brother-in-law, were never ruled out. And why was Eddie O'Brien denied the chance to compare the DNA to the blood found at the scene? Because until someone answers that, this story will never be finished. This story will never, ever be finished. And when we come back, I want to show you Tom Riley, a bunch of other people. Well, that was kind of crazy. I'm going to show you a bunch of other people, investigations that went unsolved. Hey, Blair, we have something special that we want to play for you. Shout out to Will Henry, who was in the chat a few minutes ago. I hope he's still here because we have a special dedication for him. We have a special request. They said, can you play this for the Glare? Here's $25. You sure?
You know the story. It's heavy in the air. When a father turns to shadows, how could you even dare? Yo, Will Henry, you a sucker. Let's break it down. Claim you a man, but where's your crown? Put your hands up, kid. You taught him how to fight, but you ain't fighting right, man. This ain't no light. You grab your son, run off like a thief in the night. Where's the love? This ain't how you raise a child, right? Kicking your son out like he's just a game piece. How you claim to be a dad, forgetting his release. Will Henry, you a sucker. Can't you see the glare? Claiming blackmailing the myth. You think no one cares? Special needs child, you're running from the truth. But every word you spit just reveals your own you. Admitting the violence, it's hard for me to trust. Fighting your kid, nah, that's just unjust. 6'2", but he's still your son at the core. Raising fists over lessons, that ain't what you're for. Talk about forgiveness, but you let ego reign. Dragging things out like a puppet on a chain. You think you're tough, man, but underneath is weak. Claiming power with fists when it should be love you seek. Allegations swirling, made public and raw. Yet you try to justify and glaze over the flaw. Just look in the mirror, see the man you become. A name in the charts, but what's under that drum? Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmailing violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth's in the lineup, is living in every line. Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmailing violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth's in the lineup, is living in every line. Look, I'm not built to watch a man tear down his own. You need to change direction before the seed you've sown. A name ain't a warrior. It's the truth that empowers. So rise up, Will, and stop hiding in the towers.
No problem, man. No problem. You know, there's other people covering JFK. You know, I really got to throw him off because Eddie, JFK, you know, he put all our eyes onto this case. You know, and before we get into this next thing, you know, what kind of blew me away about the whole Eddie O'Brien case was this.
Did you kill her?
No. He never accounts for the fact that his blood is in that house. He never explains that away in the tape, and he would not have been able to explain that away at trial. And all of this is that Ed O'Brien has been convicted of killing Janet Downey. That's never going to change.
You know, and
a lot of people will take that conviction. Oh, he's been convicted. You know, most juries barely have high school diplomas. A jury is not really that smart. So you can't really go off that. You can't really go off of that. Let me get this picture down here. But if we look back at Tom Riley's office, just when you dig out, you get blasted again. Oh, I know, we got a lot of snow coming. I'm sitting against, I got YouTube that won't monetize me right now, giving me a problem about that. So I have to ask you all. I appreciate it. If you want to help out, you can go to Venmo, you can go to Cash App or Venmo. Can we keep it real? One word. And maybe you could, help us out, make it the donation. You want a sponsorship, something you want to come on the show and talk about. No more snow, they said. No more snow. But yeah, if you want to help out the program, we really appreciate it. You can use Cash App or Venmo. Give it a shot. We definitely appreciate it. But during Tom Riley, his years at the Middlesex, I love you guys, man. You guys are great. Thank you. During Tom Riley's years, while he was the DA, I think they said there was like 16 red rums in Cambridge, right? Riley's office, I think they got 10 convictions out of the 16. Whether you think that is a good clearance or not, is it? I don't know. I mean, here's the part that I think that matters. That Tom Riley did not personally prosecute one single of those 10 cases. Not one. Not even the high-profile case. Not one case until Eddie O'Brien came along. Not even the one that terrified the entire neighborhood. Not even at ones that remained unsolved to this very day. That's right. And a lot of his cases went unsolved to this very day. But you know whose case he personally prosecuted? The only case Tom Riley personally prosecuted? Eddie O'Brien. And that's where this story starts to really take shape and becomes interesting. Because here's the truth. Everyone knows Eddie O'Brien's name. Everybody knows his case. Everybody. And everyone knows that Eddie O'Brien's case changed the juvenile laws in Massachusetts. Changed them. Everyone knows that after Eddie's conviction, 14 years old could be tried as an adult and sent to adult prison for life without parole. That's right. Eddie's conviction changed all that. And many people even remember the victim's name. Do you remember? Say it with me. Janet Down. So the question keeps asking itself, why this case? Why this kid? Why Eddie O'Brien? Why this moment in time back in 1995, 1996? Because it wasn't the only horrific murder under Riley. It wasn't the only case that shocked the community. It wasn't the only case with a grieving family that wanted justice, but it was the only case that Riley turned into a political stage. That's right. According to reports at the time, Riley made the unprecedented decision to prosecute Eddie's case personally. That was unheard of. Something he had never, ever, ever done before. What was so personal? He never done this before. Was he grandstanding for the cameras? Was he using the trial as a stepping stone, huh? That could be it, for higher office. But you know what? He did go on to become Attorney General right after this case. So right after this case, he goes on to be Attorney General. Meanwhile, there was other victims, right? One whose name you never heard, didn't get the district attorney's personal promise, though. Their families didn't get the spotlight. No. Their cases didn't get the political urgency that they should have got. And that's the part that really sucks. Because when a public official chooses one case out of many to elevate on, to champion on, to personally prosecute, or you could tell he had a gain. You could tell Riley had something to get out of this shit. He's going to prosecute this, but not the others? What does this say? What about his priorities? Does it say something about the politics of Boston, Mass? It says something, though, right? Who gets forgotten? That's what it says. So when people ask why Eddie O'Brien's name is still known 30 years later, the answer is simple. Because Tom Riley, or Tom O'Reilly, whatever it is, made sure of it. He didn't make sure of it for justice. He didn't make sure of it for friggin' politics. And the cost of that decision is still being paid today by the Dowlins, by the O'Briens, by a state of Massachusetts that buried their hands and set up a young boy. This changed lives. A state that changed its laws based on a case that was never, ever handled properly. It was never handled like other cases, other multiple red room investigations. They either stalled, they got stagnant, or they quietly died out. And some of these cases, from what I understand, had real friggin' leads, real suspects, cases that needed time's attention, maybe actual investigative work. But three things Riley's office seemed allergic to back then: investigating work and probably integrity, But Eddie O'Brien, here's a 15-year-old with no blood on him, no motive, and no physical evidence tying him to stabbing Janet 98 times. Do you think after 98 times, the 15-year-old is going to have blood on him? There's going to be splatter. They could have processed that so quick. But it is funny how the Commonwealth became very efficient, right? When the suspect is a kid who can't fight back. How nice. But then it came to the other red rums. Oh, yeah, the other ones. These cases age like forgotten leftovers in the back of the fridge. They sat there and got moldy and forgotten about. And what is the point? Not the names, not the pattern, not the pattern of selective prosecution, selective effort, competence. Because if they lined up the unsolved cases from back in that era, the cases that were next to the O'Brien investigation, you'll start to see a real friggin' story. They just stopped looking anywhere at all. They didn't want to look anywhere. Why this kid? Why this moment? It says something about Riley's priorities, right? It says something about Riley's politics. It says something about who the hell gets friggin' justice. And the cost of that decision. Eddie O'Brien had to pay for it. This was between two families that were really tight. The O'Briens, the Dowlings, neighbors. And this decision 30 years later is being paid for today with people's freedom, with their life. But when it came down to it, all they had to do was line everything up. All they had to do was get it all set up. At the top of the screen, you'll see the names of, I think, 7 of the unsolved that went under Riley. 1991. Esther Ofsas, 49, was strangled to death in her bed in Cambridge, September 22nd of 93. Michael Garnett, 23 years old, was robbed and shot in Cambridge. March 31st of 94. Edward Semino was beaten behind Casper's in Cambridge, September 30th of 95. Deanna Kremlin, 17, was strangled in Somerset. Absolutely. Absolutely. And big shout out to all of the Can We Keep It Real supporters. The other day I asked people in the chat, right? So let's make a song, come up with some lyrics. And we processed the lyrics. We got them all. Let me show you. You're going to like this. Yes, the list of Unsolved, which is up at the top of the screen, is crazy. And I think we're going to start talking about them unsolved crimes. You know, we're definitely going to talk about that. I bet just when you dig out, you get blasted. Okay, that was snow related. But we're going to play a quick song. Do I have it over here? I don't know if it's over in the other. Hold on. CWKIR Radio. Big shout out.
Yo, Turtle Boy, don't get scared now. Just drop the truth, lay it all down. Turtle Boy, what's the word? Lose your job as a teacher, man, was it absurd? PDFs and papers all scattered on the floor. Heard you were a perv, coaching soccer, now you bored. Resigning the blogging, that's a laughable scene. Lana went over the evidence, truth's really clean. Cries Grove, tangled up in claims, dangling in the air. Hope he don't appeal, but the state ain't gonna care.
Short man, little dick syndrome, causing all the fuss. We don't wanna hear you say trigger to us. Why'd you really get fired from your job? Huh? Cause you're a fraud, then now no problem.
Harry Man Motel, cash on demand, hourly rates available, that's the brand. Sewer Turtle and the Sewer Squad, can't we keep it real? This is your reminder, no chance to conceal. They whisper Turtle Boy, living in the lies. Heart of the city, yo, it's all in their eyes.
Turtle Boy, you claim to be something you're not. But deception's the game, man, taking shots at the plot. Caught in the web of your own fake ideals. Guess you thought your charm could seal all the deals. Turtle boy, what's your name? Trying to hide behind nostalgia, but it's all so lame. I see you living in the shadows of your past fights. This is for you, written down on sleepless nights.
Keep it real, don't act like you're the kingpin. Frauds don't last long, better off in the bin. So Turtle Boy, remember where you once were. From teaching kids to heavy blog posts, that's the blur.
So Turtle Boy, don't get scared of the truth, lay bare. Face the music, hit your knees, breathe in the air. This is the hip-hop, not the tale we bring. Rhyme it all out, Turtle Boy, hear the truth sting.
You know the story. It's heavy in the air. When a father turns to shadows, how could you even dare? Yo, Will Henry, you a sucker. Let's break it down. Claim you a man, but where's your crown? Put your hands up, kid. You taught him how to fight, but you ain't fighting right, man. This ain't no light. You grab your son, run off like a thief in the night. Where's the love? This ain't how you raise a child, right? Kicking your son out like he's just a game piece. How you claim to be a dad, forgetting his release. Will Henry, you a sucker. Can't you see the glare? Claiming blackmailing the myth. You think no one cares? Special needs child, you're running from the truth. But every word you spit just reveals your own you. Admitting the violence, it's hard for me to trust. Fighting your kid, nah, that's just unjust. 6'2", but he's still your son at the core. Raising fists over lessons, that ain't what you're for. Talk about forgiveness, but you let ego reign. Dragging things out like a puppet on a chain. You think you're tough, man, but underneath is weak. Claiming power with fists when it should be love you seek. Allegations swirling, made public and raw. Yet you try to justify and glaze over the flaw. Just look in the mirror, see the man you become. A name in the charts, but what's under that drum? Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmailing violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth's in the lineup, is living in every line. Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmailing violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth
not built to watch a man tear down his own. You need to change direction before the seed you sown. A name ain't a warrior. It's the truth that empowers. So rise up, Will, and stop hiding in the towers.
Yo, let's keep it real. It's a turtle tale. No detail too small. Yeah. Yeah, you thought it was cool playing those sides, right? Recording Karen, yeah, you lied and denied, man, what a sight. Double down on the mess like it's all a game. Talking big, selling out world, but don't it feel lame? Jokes about her parents thought it'd make you tough, but she lost her home, that struggle is rough. You asked her to rock it with you, to hit the stage, but she turned it down, see who's stuck in the cage. Turtle, where's the hustle, where's the grind? Living on the couch, man, that's no way to unwind. Your case came along, put you on a path. While Karen stays real, you just do the math.
Turtle boy, don't be scared now. Just drop the truth, lay it all down. Turtle boy, what's the word? Lose your job as a teacher, man, was it absurd? PDFs and papers all scattered on the floor. Heard you were a perv, coaching soccer, now you bored. Resigning the blogging, that's a laughable scene. Lana went over the evidence, truth's really clean. Cries grove, tangled up in claims, dangling in the air. Hope you don't appeal, but the state ain't gonna care.
Short man, little dick syndrome, causing all the fuss. We don't wanna hear you say trigger to us. Why'd you really get fired from your job? Cause you're a fraud, then now no problem.
Perryman Motel, cash on demand, hourly rates available, that's the brand. Sewer Turtle and the Sewer Squad, can't we keep it real? This is your reminder, no chance to conceal. They whisper Turtle boy, living in the lies. Heart of the city, yo, it's all in their eyes.
Turtle boy, you claim to be something you're not. But deception's the game, man, taking shots at the plot. Caught in the web of your own fake ideals. Guess you thought your charm could seal all the deals. Turtle boy, what's your name? Trying to hide behind nostalgia, but it's all so lame. I see you living in the shadows of your past fights. This is for you, written down on sleepless nights.
Keep it real, don't act like you're the kingpin. Frauds don't last long, better off in the bin. So Turtle boy, remember where you once were. From teaching kids to heavy blog posts, that's the blur.
So Turtle boy, don't get scared of the truth, lay bare. Face the music, hit your knees, breathe in the air. This is the...
They only respect the violence. That's how it goes.
Yo, they only respect
The violence, that's how it goes.
Yo, cut you on the phone, man, that's how they roll. Real ones moving silent, never let it be told. If you don't walk like a gangster, better check your stride. They test your metal quick, won't let it slide. Talking slick, better watch for the knife. Cause if you a rat, think it's cool, nah, that's not life. Young ones lurking, face got ripped up as karma. Toughest one you know when tears calling for mama. Heart's cold when life's given by your honor. Means your ticket's marked in the little ass cell. Yeah.
In this game, respect is violence. Watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little ass sale, there's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years go, time run slow. Rule number one, choose your comrades. Let the real one show. Let the real one show. Let the real one show. With the real.
Punks wanna turn you out, sneak thieves out to learn. Watch you move close, cause they'll be quick to burn. Plan your exit smartly, take everything you got. COs wanna test you, nerds didn't let it rot. They were chumps in high school trying to be tough now. It's survival of the fittest, you get lost in the crowd. That dude you call friend might flip like a switch. Check his file, man, before you let him in your pitch. You feel me?
Got the shadows lurking at your back. Trust is a luxury in this life full of cracks. Find out now, cause late is a dangerous phase. In this concrete jungle, it's amazing to raise. In this game, respect is violence. Watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little ass sale. There's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years go, time run slow. Rule number one, choose your comrades. Let the real one show. Let the real one show. Let the real one show. Let the real one show.
Survival's the name if you don't watch your lane. The only thing they respect is the feelings of pain. So keep your circle tight and your eyes on the ground. In this life, there's no mercy when the real comes around.
The real one show.
Yeah, Turtle Boy. Oh, Turtle Boy, don't get scared now. You know the streets talk. Let's break it down. Turtle Boy lost his job, he was a teacher, you see. But did the classroom walls hear him laugh more than he should be? He was a PDF, typed up facts. But life hit hard, like a truck on tracks. Heard you was a creep, soccer coach with a scheme. Kicking kids round, man, that's a hell of a dream. Resign to blogging, bro, that's just laughable. Lana found the papers, evidence quite untraceable. Crispin's got a chance, hope he don't appeal. Crup's decisions heavyweight, can't make it light as a meal. You got dirt on you, hope you ready for the heat. In the state they go to trial, feel your defeat.
Short man, little dick syndrome, what's your game now? Turtle Boy, why you gotta bring the shame? Cause you don't wanna hear you say trigger no more, nah. Why'd you really get fired from your job for sure?
Cause he's a fraud, a scrub, then in a scrub now. Got a bunch of skeletons, can't even take a bow. Turtle Boy chilling in that hairy man motel. Hourly rates available, fake tales to sell. Turtle Boy, don't get scared.
And this one up next, this one I played this a couple times. This one was written by the chat, you know. So, yo, chat, you guys came up with some great lyrics. We just had to put it in a way that made it all make sense. But yo, shout out to the chat. The chat did this. The chat's responsible lyrically for this song.
Don't get scared now. Just drop the truth, lay it all down. Turtle boy, what's the word? Lose your job as a teacher, man, was it absurd? PDFs and papers all scattered on the floor. Heard you were a perv, coaching soccer, now you bored. Resigning the blogging, that's a laughable scene. Lana went over the evidence, truth's really clean. Cries Grove, tangled up in claims, dangling in the air. Hope you don't appeal, but the state ain't gonna care.
Short man, little dick syndrome, causing all the fuss. We don't wanna hear you say trigger to us. Why'd you really get fired from your job? Cause you're a fraud, then now no problem.
Hairy Man Motel, cash on demand, hourly rates available, that's the brand. Sewer Turtle and the Sewer Squad, can't we keep it real? This is your reminder, no chance to conceal. They whisper Turtle Boy, living in the lies. Heart of the city, yo, it's all in their eyes.
Turtle Boy, you claim to be something you're not. But deception's the game, man, taking shots at the plot. Caught in the web of your own fake ideals. Guess you thought your charm could seal all the deals. Turtle boy, what's your name? Trying to hide behind nostalgia, but it's all so lame. I see you living in the shadows of your past fights. This is for you, written down on sleepless nights.
Keep it real, don't act like you're the kingpin. Frauds don't last long, better off in the bin. So Turtle Boy, remember where you once were. From teaching kids to heavy blog posts, that's the blur.
So Turtle Boy, don't get scared of the truth, lay bare. Face the music, hit your knees, breathe in the air. This is the hip-hop nod, the tale we bring. Rhyme it all out, Turtle Boy, hear the truth sting.
Oh yeah, that was a banger.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, we in the ring. Time to fight for truth. Yeah. No more silence. No more shame. Yeah. We got the proof. Yeah. Are we condemning the man, calling him a liar, while the real predators lurk, feeding on our fire? I stand with Alex, every survivor who been hurt. Through the pain and the struggle, we rise from the dirt. They say silence is gold, and I say it's a trap. Make us question our truth, while they sit back and clap. Turtle Boy, you shame us, try to tear us apart, but we're standing together, united with heart. Stand up, speak out, we won't take the blame against the predators haunting. We fight through the pain, survivors rise, we reclaim our voice, together we stay. You ain't got a choice. Melanie Little, you brag about the fortune you made. Off the backs of survivors, you wove your charade. Supporting Ray from Dallas, what's really the cost? All those claims you stood for, tell me girl, what's lost? We see through the grit, see the true color shine. While you stand by the wolves, can't you see the line? We're facing the darkness, but we want the light. Fighting for justice, we're ready to fight. These mental giants crumbling under the weight. Yo, they only respect the violence. That's how it goes. Yo, they only respect the
Shirley Max.
Yo, cut you on the phone, man, that's how they roll. Real ones moving silent, never let it be told. If you don't walk like a gangster, better check your stride. They test your metal quick, won't let it slide. Talking slick, better watch for the knife. Cause if you a rat, think it's cool, nah, that's not life. Young ones lurking, face got ripped up as karma. Toughest one you know when tears calling for mama. Heart's cold when life's given by your honor. Means your ticket's marked in the little ass cell. Yeah. In this game, respect is violence. Watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little ass sale, there's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max, years go, time runs slow. Rule number one, choose your comrades. Let the real one show, let the real one show, let the real one show. What the real punks wanna turn you out. Sneak thieves out to learn, watch you move close, cause they'll be quick to burn. Plan your exit smartly, take everything you got. COs wanna test your nerds, didn't let it rot. They were chumps in high school, trying to be tough now. It's survival of the fittest, you get lost in the crowd. That dude you call friend might flip like a switch. Check his file, man, before you let him in your pitch. You feel me? Got the shadows lurking at your back. Trust is a luxury in this life full of cracks. Find out now, cause later's a dangerous phase. In this concrete jungle, it's amazing to rage. In this game, respect is violence. Watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little ass sale. There's no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max, years go, time runs slow. Rule number one, choose your comrades. Let the real one show, let the real one show, let the real one show, let the real one show. Survival's the name if you don't watch your lane. The only thing they respect is the feelings of pain. So keep your circle tight and your eyes on the ground. In this life, there's no mercy when the real comes around. The real one show.
Oh, yeah. There we go. He gonna be putting in one of them snitch slips to medical. Oh, he gonna be the one trying to chill at the bubble. Yeah, I think he'd be going to a different prison this time if Turtle Boy is convicted. If he is convicted, it's not going to be no 60 days. Respect the game. If you want the game to respect you. That motherfucker don't respect nada. This dude, Aiden, he don't respect nothing. He has never had no friggin' consequences. He's never had no consequences, bro. Never. Listen, I need them watch hours, man. YouTube is not monetizing me. You know, they want to play their little games, so I need them watch hours. So definitely, maybe we'll be doing a long ass stream. It's tough because I work third shift. I work overnights, and when am I gonna sleep? God damn. Am I gonna get the chance to sleep? That's what's up. Shout out. Before I thought Randall supporter, I thought that was Randy originally, when I seen that a minute ago. Oh man, I don't like that. What else we gonna talk about today? They say the math ain't mathing. Shout out everybody, man. Welcome back to Can We Keep It Real podcast. I'm your boy Mikey. But this is the only show, right, where we don't need a damn detective badge to show you the patterns, man. We don't need a calculator to know that the math is not mathing. You know what I mean? If we talk about this little gem right here, right, that was floating around on X yesterday, a tweet that said, and I'm probably paraphrasing here, but let me put it up on the screen. Okay, here we go. The tweet basically said Aiden and his friends think that if we hate them, that means we support Kate Peters and the McAlberts, which is so much further from the truth. I mean, they just can't accept that there are millions of us who despise this guy. Maybe not millions, but a lot of people that despise the friggin' turtle. Now listen, clip this. I don't know who needs to hear this, but disliking a low-down, dirty scoundrel like Aiden does not automatically enroll you in the Kate fucking Peters fan club. There's no membership card. There ain't no friggin' punch card. No free tote bag, right? Do I get a tote bag, Kate Peters? Some people just don't like him because of him. Imagine that. Some people can think for themselves. But Aiden? But dirty ass, creepy Aiden that basically only attacks women. Turtle Boy fights with women. He's obsessed with Meredith. All of a sudden, he's going at Jen Altman. He only fights the ladies. In Turtle's world, it's a two-team sport. You either with him or you're the enemy. Well, Aiden, I'm the enemy. Let's make that clear right now. I'm not going to be fake and pretend that I like you a little bit. I don't like what you represent. I don't like who you are. I don't like the people around you. You over here constantly playing checkers because you don't know any strategy. You try to be loud, confident, but you're nothing but completely freaking wrong. Not everybody who dislikes you is part of a freaking conspiracy. That's why I love my chat. I love the people I love my mods. Shout out to Nina. Nina, we're gonna make Nina a mod. But yeah, Turtle's like, if you can't leave me person. Mikey, that's just a bunch of gaslight and division. We can think for ourselves. This has nothing to do with the McAlberts. How about a lot of us despise Aiden? He's a cowardly, loud, knee-knocking punk. Love you. See, I love you guys. You guys are the best. Rest in peace, Bean. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Nina was my sister's name. Can everybody say rest in peace, Bean? You know, big shout out to Bean, R.I.P. for sure. I am so sorry for your loss. I couldn't imagine what it would be like if I lost my sister. So prayers go out. See, I love the people in my chat because I see them every time I go live. I see the same people coming back and coming back. I love you guys. You guys support me and I appreciate it. I couldn't have it's only 500, but you know what? If I never got another subscriber again, I'm happy with Miss GNX. I'm happy having people like Randall Supporter up in here, Babs. I'm happy with all of my people that come here and hold me up. We're Rocca Maria Morelli, shout out to you. I mean, shout out to all of our followers, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think I could do this without you guys. I know y'all will get me there. Yep. Rest in peace, Bean. Absolutely, man. So you just keep coming back and we'll always hold Bean up there. And I know you guys will get me there, but I'm just saying, if I don't get there, if I never get another subscriber again, the love we had the other day in the chat, everybody, putting it together, putting them lyrics down. When I made that song, I felt something special. I was like, yo, shout out to them. Shout out to, the people that were in the chat, and we got that song done. But people can dislike you without even meeting each other. It's called having a friggin' reputation. Not a bad one, Turtle, a good one. But if every critic became a friggin' enemy, is the problem the critics? Is the problem the critics? You've seen people being, people giving James Jackson a whole bunch of shit the other day for a picture that he put of the broken baker, and everyone acted like James Jackson was trying to downplay Down syndrome. The picture was funny. Everybody laughed at it, but how do we know that the kid in that picture had Down syndrome? Because he looked like it? I love you. I friggin' love you. No offense to the mister. No offense to anyone, but I love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Sean was great, by the way. I'm talking about some of his mods. Real recognized real. But I like this one. We wouldn't come back if you were a double talking fake wannabe celebrity. We're here because you're real and you keep it real. I did not laugh, and I like all of them. It was not funny. Turtle Boy wasn't well liked before Karen Reed. He was the guy you give some gossip to if you wanted it out there. That's it. And let me tell you, this Karen Reed case was going to blow up regardless. He was just the loudest mouth to do it. And he don't give a fuck about himself, so why is he going to care about his platform? Why is he going to care about his own platform? They said, say it again, Randall. Say it again. So if every critic, right, became an enemy, is the problem the critics? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, Aiden believes that the public opinion, right, is a giant seesaw. If one side goes down, the other must go up. No, I'm sorry, buddy. But sometimes the whole playground is looking at you like, sir, can you please get off our equipment? Are you a weirdo? They're looking at you like, Aiden, get off the equipment. Turtle Boy, you're not really a turtle. People aren't choosing sides, bro. They're choosing sanity. They're choosing right and wrong. So to the person who wrote that tweet, thank you. Because you summed up what half of the internet has been trying to explain for years. That disliking a man like Aiden or a boy like Aiden is not a political stance. It's a personality allergy. We are allergic to people like the turtle. And a lot of people seem to have the same ass rash. A lot of people dealing with the same ass bullshit rash. Okay, now we got that out of the way. I want to get back to Mr. Riley. If you're just joining us, appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're on a road to 1,000, but we've been talking about patterns a lot. I talk a lot about patterns because it's always a pattern. If you follow their pattern, because they have the animal instincts, the same pattern over and over. If you do something and you can trust it. It's like the same pattern over and over. And this pattern played out in Middlesex County Court during the 90s, a pattern that raises uncomfortable questions. Why did some Red Room victims get justice and others didn't under Tom Riley? That's a question, right? That's something to put in your pipe and smoke it, turtle. Why? Why did some murder victims get justice and others didn't under District Attorney Tom Riley? See, when you look at the record, numbers don't lie. But they do tell a story. Numbers can be misleading, but they tell a story. See, according to the records, when Janet was murdered in July of 1995, Tom Riley was already struggling with 2 high-profile cases. Or you could say unsolved cases, right? You had Deanna Kremen, 17. She passed away in Somerville, March 30th of 1995. And then April 4th of 1991, Mary Jo Frug, 49, was stabbed in Cambridge, Massachusetts. See, both of these cases, of course, they shook the community. Both of these cases remained unsolved. Both of these cases are still not solved. And I got a good suspicion that some people we're talking about in the Eddie O'Brien case may be connected to Deanna Kremens. Absolutely. Are you listening? Oh, he absolutely has nothing to do with the First Amendment. And I think I spoke about that last week. Are you watching, Adi? You worry about the cat here? Oh, this is the Glares people. Like, this dude destroyed the Glare a couple of years ago, man. Shout out to the Blind Spot Show. Go check him out. Go subscribe. But when we're looking at cases that shock the communities, both remain. Adi is here. Adi is in the building. I'm sorry, Adi. It's just that it all makes sense. But if I was Adi, even though I don't have to, but if I was Adi, I would say, fuck it. Give me the lie detector test. Give me some benzos. Give me that truth serum test. Give me that test. Give me this test. I'm sick of this shit. I want to prove my innocence. Yes, they had Adi's blood for a long time. They had Adi's hair. But you know what we found out? That they were never sent to the lab. They were never tested. I'm glad you're not worried, Adi. Hey, you know what I mean? For 30 years, you've been free and clear. But even so, what's the big deal about going to the joint now? How old are you? But Adi, are you willing to take these tests? Like, free yourself. If there is another killer out there, just say, I know you can't stand Eddie O'Brien. I know you can't stomach the guy. But let's say somebody else really did this shit, Adi. Let's just say, Adi. We got Adi Ortiz in the building, people. Adi is here. God damn. But Adi, let's just say that Eddie didn't do this. Okay? Can you play along? Wouldn't you want to find the real killer? Absolutely. Interesting. I still don't think Adi did it. I think he may know who did it, and it wasn't Eddie. You know what? I think I'm picking up what you're laying down. I think I'm picking up what you're laying down. You're right. No innocent person. I am not here to cause trouble. Absolutely. So nobody give Adi a problem. You know what I mean? If Adi's willing to answer questions, he's not here to cause trouble. But I'm glad. She said, someone said, I still don't think Adi did it. But I think Adi may know who did it. But Adi, listen. Adi, maybe there is a chance that Eddie didn't do it. Would you want to see the real killer behind bars? Or is that what you meant, that I'm not here to cause trouble? I just had to do something. No innocent person should be behind bars. That's a fact. Adi's not here to cause trouble, and we don't want to cause Adi any trouble. Mods, anyone that's disrespectful to Adi, you can time them out. Because we want Adi to keep coming back. Adi is in the chat. Let's hit Adi out. Let's not jump on Adi. And I know, I would offer to send Adi a link, but I know Adi's not going to come up here, But what are some questions, chat, that you would ask Adi? Keep them clean. But let's have some clarity on where he was, maybe on what he saw. Why does Adi's name keep surfacing? I would offer Adi a chance to come on, and I'm very able to have a respectable conversation. But I don't know if Adi will come on after his experiences. But Adi is welcome. If Adi says, send me a link, I'll send Adi a link. If Adi's willing to come up here. Great question. Why did he lie and say he went in the house to get the dog or the kittens or the cat? Another question. Where were you on the day Janet Downs murder, and who can confirm that timeline? These are questions that people are asking Adi. Now, if Turtle Boy's ass has the guts to come up in this chat, it's Game of Thrones. Absolutely. Get him. That Adderall rat, unless Mikey gives the word, he's the man in the mod. I love you guys. Respectfully, I don't wish to come on. Thank you. You know what, Adi? I understand that. And I respect that. And as you know, we got to make this a little entertaining, and we got to try to get both sides. Rest in peace, Bean. Absolutely. Adi, can we get a rest in peace, Bean? Can you write that in the chat for us? That was one of our people in the chat, sister, that they lost. So, can we get that from you, Adi? How does he know when all the shows on Eddie pop up? Does he have a scanner that alerts him? Rest in peace, Bean. Thank you. I meant Mikey's the man. I'm the mod. We know what you meant, man. You're awesome. Miss GNX been holding it down as a mod from day one. I could really appreciate that. I feel he's protecting family at the expense of a non-family member. And I could see why he would do that. I would like to think that I would stand up for my family. Bean is getting a lot of love today. Rest in peace, Bean. Rest in peace. Big shout out to the blind spot. But some questions that came in, I put out there, what questions should we ask Adi? And they say, were you on the day of Janet Downs' murder? Who can confirm the timeline? When did you first learn Janet has been attacked And how did that information reach you, Adi? Adi definitely has more heart than Turtle Boy. Because at least Adi is willing to come into the chats, and they know, like, my chat, JFK's chat are very loyal chats. I don't know about the other people. I wouldn't go to the Glare Adi or Turtle Boy because you've seen what he did with the victim, right? So stay away from them guys. Why do multiple people recall seeing or hearing you around the time of the incident? Driving a fare off South Station, drove to Somerville where Unit lived, and the rest is all life. O'Brien's. I don't know why they're blame. I have absolutely nothing to do with this. No, and I would hate to throw anyone innocent under the bus, but come on, I think Adi believes. I think Adi knows that it wasn't Eddie, and Adi has to go to the grave with who it was. That's what I think. I think Adi was protecting somebody if he didn't have something to do with him himself. But Adi, another question. Can you walk us through your movements that afternoon and evening, step by step? Them are some of the questions that came in. We even had somebody that was willing to pay for Adi's lie detector test. Adi, would you take and pass a lie detector test? He was asked that already, I think, through JFK. I think they had a lawyer that was willing to step up and pay for it, but I think around that time, the chat was really kicking Adi's back in. Adi, they're saying your cab was blocked in, so you got there before the police. Shout out to the Blind Spot show. So yeah, Adi, these are all great questions. Adi, if Eddie didn't do it, you need to speak on it, son. Because 30 damn years is too long. 30 years is a long time. And Eddie's story never changed. I mean, some questions about the family, Adi. How would you describe your relationship with the Dowan family at the time? And how often were you at Janet's home in the weeks leading up to the incident? I even said Jill Daniels is protecting her nephew. She'd do the same thing for mine. She wasn't there, so she believes what she was told. Yeah, well, you know how that's going to go, Adi. The court's not going to order anything until maybe that Rule 30 motion is in place, man. But, wouldn't you like to see if you don't know who it was, right? Because if it's someone you know, of course, you don't want to see them jammed up. That family loved me. I loved them. At the end of the story, Adi, court isn't going to order it. No, and that's the problem. Like, we can't get into court unless but they can't get into court unless some strong information. But the Rule 30, what Riley left in his notes, Adi, is incriminating. Like, a lot of people don't realize the notes. I don't think O'Reilly thought anyone would ever read his notes. That's what I'm talking about. If he gets that roof already and he goes to court and they want my DNA, I will give it to them. Until then, nothing. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect it. Well, yeah, I mean, if it's a court order, I mean, it's not like you have a choice, Adi. You would have to submit that DNA. Adi, how do you live with yourself? And I'm being serious. All right, that is a serious question. Turtle Boy always trying to jump in somebody's chat and beg for a link. Wonder why Turtle Boy not in Mikey's chat or begging him for a link. Short answer, because I'll knock his ass out the park. Mikey's not going to softball questions and kiss Aiden's ass. Oh, no. And Aiden knows that. Aiden knows who I am. Aiden's never going to jump in his chat. Adi said, I have no clue what kind of notes he had. Oh, he had notes, Adi. There's notes in there saying that. Listen, there's notes in there that's saying that Eddie's DNA didn't match. And he was like, stop right away. And then they wanted to test your DNA. They wanted to test Paul Jr., Paul Sr., Ryan, and the sister. And O'Reilly fought tooth and nails not to have, and he didn't even send your DNA into Selmark. Your DNA never even left. It was never even tested, Adi. Adi, do you believe, or is it, take your hatred out of this, do you believe Eddie truly did this? He said yes, he believes he did it. Can I ask you why? Is it because he was convicted in a court of law? Randall, he can't believe it because he knows for a fact Eddie didn't. I don't think Eddie did this. And maybe Adi does know who it was. But I'll tell you what, when that Rule 30 motion comes down, it's all going to be in there. They had my DNA at the time. Yes, they did have your DNA at the time, but can I show you something, Adi? Can I show you how they never tested your DNA? Ever? Of course, see if I can find it. But if not, you'll have to. I do have it. I just got to find it. At a pretrial hearing, Eddie's attorney filed a motion to compel the production of hair blood samples of Paul Jr., Ryan, Carrie Ann, and Adi Ortiz. The DA was in possession of their hair and blood. Eddie's attorney wanted to compare their hair blood DNA with the hair blood DNA found at the crime scene. The ADA objected to this motion, and the judge denied the motion to compel, which is turn over the evidence to Eddie's attorneys. Why? Why not let them test the DNA? And right here, DA Tom Riley never sent their blood samples to Selmark Laboratories to compare their DNA to the blood found at the scene that was identified. So your DNA, Adi, was never tested. Yes, you might have gave it, but it went up against everything that Riley was dealing with. Let me get it on the screen. Hold on. Right here. The DA, Tom Riley, never sent the blood samples to Selmark Laboratories. They never sent it in, Adi. You are so wrong. Adi said, at Yale, you are so wrong. I'm truly so wrong. I wish I could tell you the story, but it's already gotten blown up and out of proportion on these casts. So, Adi, why don't you tell me behind the scenes? I think I could be trusted. Adi, you let me know what direction that, listen, Adi, if you call me behind the scenes, you got my word. You know what I mean? And I think my word is bond. You know, I think I can be trusted. But if you talk to me behind the scenes and you tell me the story, Adi, and tell me the story. I know people that went to Bosco with him and said no way he did it, and no way that oh, and they weren't his neighbor's friends. Stop spreading the false narrative, Adi. I wish I could tell you the story, but it's already gotten blown up and out of proportion on these casts. Well, we want to know the story, Adi. Maybe if somebody would sit down and say, "Here's the story," this would all go away. And you showed us how Eddie, well, showed me anyway, and I think my supporters would believe me. You tell me and convince me why it was Eddie, this will all go away. If not, when that Rule 30 motion gets dropped, I think the Rule 30 motion is going to get accepted. You know, so Adi, if you want to reach out to me, can we keep it real? The number 5 at gmail.com. You know, I'm a different type of blogger. You know, we keep it real over here, and I'll show you respect. You show me respect. But yes, it's gotten blown up out of proportion. What's the truth? What is the truth? With all due respect and honesty, what's the real story? And I told Adi he could come talk to me behind the scenes. I believe in a court of law. That's why I believe it was him. See, the whole court of law thing, Adi, you know that most jurors barely have a high school diploma? You know, so it's like, so you're saying because the court went guilty on it, Adi, that's why he did it without question? Come on, Adi. You really believe in the court system? I mean, even lawyers and judges will tell you there's a reason there's a blindfold on Lady Liberty's face. There's a reason. And I said, yes, I will talk to you behind the scenes with no recordings. Absolutely. Absolutely, Adi. Absolutely. I mean, I'm in Rhode Island and I'll even come meet you. You know what I mean? Or we could do it, you know, however you want to do it. You know what? If you want, we could do it on FaceTime. You can't record that, you know, but yeah, I would love to meet you, you know, and talk about this behind the scenes, Adi. Take my email, right? Can we keep it real? The number 5 at gmail.com. He said, Adi, you're more hood than that to say that because the court said he was guilty. Yeah, I can't ride with that. By phone works, Adi. Absolutely. By phone absolutely works. So if you want to take the email, you know, so we can exchange our information without everybody getting the numbers, and it won't be during a live stream or anything. We'll just talk, you know, and maybe we could square things away that way. And thank you for having the confidence in me to yeah, I appreciate that, Adi. So Adi's willing to talk to me one-on-one and give me the real story. That's all I want. We want the truth. We want the real story. Thank you, Adi. And I'm sure the chat, feels the same way. Unfortunately, I had to delete my email because it was all messed up right now. I cannot email. I do trust Mike who do right and not fuck it up. I appreciate it. But what I can do, Adi, right, is I can give you a link, right? And then once you get in the link, you could hit private chat. Do you got Facebook Messenger? All right, if you got Facebook Messenger, my Facebook, right, Mikey, Mikie, Rebello, Rebello. And that's my Facebook Messenger. And I think you messaged me on Facebook before, Adi. So I'm sure I could find you on Facebook. So, well, here is another one right here. If you go to facebook.com, I'm going to put it in the chat now. I'm going to, Adi. Hold on. Right there, facebook.com, CWKIR podcast. That's my Facebook page. You could go over there, leave me a message, and I'll get back to you. I'll send you my personal phone number, or we can talk strictly by messenger. And I appreciate Adi, and a lot of people also appreciate it. And I'll reserve, I'll reserve all this stuff until after I speak with you. But we're getting somewhere, chat, right? Audio Ortiz is willing to talk to me privately and give me the real story. He's willing to go behind the scenes. Disclaimer. Well, we'll give Adi the chance to tell his truth. Or tell the truth. Absolutely. We have to keep it real. Thank you, Amy. Shout out to Amy with the $5 Cash App. Appreciate it. Grab a coffee from Ilma. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, we will find out what the deal is. We will find out what happened. I'm sure it'll be a fun tale. Yes, I'm on Facebook. I just sent you the link. It's you can put "Can we keep it real?" and it'll bring you right to my page, or you can put, look at it right here. Write this down. Hang on. Right there, Adi. Facebook.com, CWKIR podcast. And that'll show you my name. My name's Mike Rebello. People are going to dox me. I dox myself. My name's Mikey Rebello. You can Google it. Can We Keep It Real podcast hosted by Mikey Rebello, and you'll see hundreds and hundreds of different shows that I've done over the years. Shout out to YBE in the house. You know, since YBE was one of our chat members that were here when we made our song, you know, everyone, if you're just joining me, man, we're going to have a conversation with Mr. Adi Ortiz behind the scene and find out what really happened to Janet. But yo, check it out. We asked our chat to write a song, to come up with the lyrics about our buddy, Mr. Turtle Man. And boy, our chat did not upset anybody. So we're going to play the song right now. You know, don't go nowhere, because I think this one could be a hit. It talks about Turtle Boy being a soccer coach. Why'd you get fired from school? Oh, this was a doozy. This was a good one. So let me get it. Turtle Boy, don't be scared now. This is written.
Turtle Boy, don't get scared now. Just drop the truth, lay it all down. Turtle Boy, what's the word? Lose your job as a teacher, man, was it absurd? PDFs and papers all scattered on the floor. Heard you were a perv, coaching soccer, now you bored. Resigning the blogging, that's a laughable scene. Lana went over the evidence, truth's really clean. Cries Grove, tangled up in claims, dangling in the air. Hope you don't appeal, but the state ain't gonna care. Sure, man, little dick syndrome, causing all the fuss. We don't wanna hear you say trigger to us. Why'd you really get fired from your job? Cause you're a fraud, then now no problem. Harry Man Motel, cash on demand, hourly rates available, that's the brand. Sewer Turtle and the Sewer Squad, can't we keep it real? This is your reminder, no chance to conceal. They whisper Turtle Boy, living in the lies. Heart of the city, yo, it's all in their eyes.
Turtle Boy, you claim to be something you're not. But deception's the game, man, taking shots at the plot. Caught in the web of your own fake ideals. Guess you thought your charm could seal all the deals. Turtle Boy, what's your name? Trying to hide behind nostalgia, but it's all so lame. I see you living in the shadows of your past fights. This is for you, written down on sleepless nights.
Keep it real, don't act like you're the kingpin. Frauds don't last long, better off in the bin. So Turtle Boy, remember where you once were. From teaching kids to heavy blog posts, that's the blur.
So Turtle Boy, don't get scared of the truth, lay bare. Face the music, hit your knees, breathe in the air. This is the hip-hop nod, the tale we bring. Rhyme it all out, Turtle Boy, hear the truth sting.
I like it. Now, I had to come up with a couple different, because I wasn't sure. I just didn't like them. I was, putting the songs together, and they just didn't just sound right. Or maybe it was just there, they didn't sound right. But something that I was writing, man, this is kind of like, I was listening to Madonna. It's a prayer, and I was inspired. Let me know what you think about this next track.
Yeah. You know what it is? This vibe, this energy. We going where the heart takes us.
Like a prayer that rises high. Feel the rhythm in the air. Your voice
pulls me closer like a whisper in despair. A muse that paints my vision, keeping secrets untold. Can't help but follow echoes that your soul has sold. Just like a moment that we chase, it's sacred, don't you see? In the shadows, in the light, where you find a real me. Mysteries unfold, every word you cast a spell. Got my heart racing, girl, you know me all too well. Just like a prayer, your voice can take me there. Lift me up in the beat, make me fly. Just like a prayer, the energy you share. Your voice can guide me, lead me anywhere.
Dreams dancing, heartbeat matching the symphony of faith.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He says, "Is that the real Jay Brill? Where's that? Where's that? No, I don't think so. No, no, that ain't the real Jay Brill. Unless Jay Brill has a second, unless he has another one. This is my shit, Blind Loyalty. test, 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 test. Oh, wait a minute. Test. Hello. Can you hear me? All right, 10-4, 10-4. All right, this next song right here, this is, Turtle lets you know what it's going to be like in Shirley Max. Because the only thing they respect over there is the violence. They'll cut you on the phone just for dialing. Well, there you have it, man. We could break that down. Basically talking about, they only they'll cut you on the phone when you're moving silence. The real ones move in silence. Let's do some other lyrics we have on there. They only respect the violence. That's how it goes. Cut you on the phone, man. That's how they roll. Real ones moving silent. Never let it be told. If you don't walk like a gangster, better check your stride. They'll test your metal quick. Don't let it slide. Talking slick, better watch the knife. Cause if you a rat, think it's cool. Nah, that's not life. Young ones lurking. Face got ripped up, it's karma. I like this next one. It says the toughest ones you know are in tears, calling for their mama. Their hearts are cold when the life given is by your honor. Yo, that's tight. So basically saying when the judge gives them life, their heart goes so cold. And the toughest ones are crying for their mother. That means your ticket is marked. Yo, yeah, the lyrics on this are just crazy. Punks want to turn you out. Sneak thieves out to learn your route. Watch your moves closely, because they'll be quick to burn. Plan your exes smartly. Take everything you got. COs want to test you. Nerds didn't let it rot. They were chumps in high school trying to be tough now. It's survival of the finished. You get lost in the crowd. So yeah, that's gonna be up on YouTube pretty soon. Survival of the real. Just letting Turtle know what it's gonna be like over there in Shirley Max. Yep, that's why Aiden says that. Absolutely. And he thinks he's gonna get a rise out of people. You had that weirdo Andrea trying to co-sign that she's it. Yo, people, I got a few things we got to do. I'm going to check my messages, see if I can link up with Adi Ortiz, have that behind-the-scenes phone call. Come on, man. I thank you all, man. Nothing but love. I would appreciate it if y'all, because, Facebook won't monetize me. I want to cry. But I appreciate everybody, man. You could either hit me up on Venmo or Cash App, one word, at Can We Keep It Real? One word, Adi. You could hit up the Cash App too. I appreciate you. Over on Cash App, one word, Cash App, Can We Keep It Real? One word, Can We Keep It Real? Or you could take a picture of that QR code for Cash App. Really appreciate it. I hate begging. I hate begging. But shout out to y'all. Appreciate everything y'all do. One day we'll see some of these guys locked down. Crazy stuff. What is going down again? Shout out to my man David Adams. Rest in peace. Don't cry. I'm not far. We dropped that song a couple of weeks ago for his mama. When she had to bury young David at the young age of 20 years old. And no parent should have to bury their child. And always safe deliveries, them fuckery donuts. Absolutely, man. See you in the next chat, everybody. Hit up that Cash App. Appreciate it. Don't forget, subscribe. More than Cash App, man. Screw the Cash App. Subscribe. That's what I want. Out the way out, hit that like button, hit that sub button. I gotta go fix my kitchen sink, matter of fact. But appreciate everybody. Don't forget, man. I love all you guys, man. Appreciate it. Shout out to you guys. Thanks, Mike, for another great show. No, thank you. Thank you, the chats, for another great show. Thank you. I love you guys, man. Love you. Be on our way home from work.